Harry severely bashed for uncontrolled act as Duke grumpily glowered at journalists at airport. Prince Harry's face-off with the press on his trip to Fiji has been laid bare after a grumpy Duke glowered at the press pack and slammed uninvited journalists on his return flight, a royal commentator has said. Prince Harry, 37, ventured off on a tour of Australasia with his wife Meghan Markle, 40, and a press pack shortly after the couple tied the knot in 2018. But the trip down under appeared to show just how much the Duke of Sussex disliked the press. The tour, which would see the Duke and Duchess of Sussex touch down in Australia, Fiji, Tonga, and New Zealand, was held around the time of the 2018 Invictus Games in Sydney. During the first episode of the two-part BBC documentary The Princes and the Press, The Times royal correspondent Valentine Lowe recalled how Prince Harry spent the opening ceremony of a visit to an oceanic island glowering at the press pack. Mr. Lowe said, "Harry had been pretty grumpy on that tour. I do remember there was a long and incredibly boring welcoming ceremony in Fiji. And it was incredibly interesting watching them both because Meghan was sitting just absolutely perfect on a little throne. Harry was just glowering, he was very cross, he's cross with the media, and he spent the entire welcoming ceremony just diverting his gaze to one side just to stare daggers at the press pack." The Sussexes' tour of Australasia was the couple's second since their Windsor wedding in May 2018, having previously visited Dublin just a few months before. However, Mr. Lowe suggested the Duke of Sussex was equally as combative with the press during their flight from Tonga to Sydney. Mr. Lowe said, "Harry was persuaded by his staff to come to the back of the plane and say some things to us. He came back and said something to the effect of 'Thanks very much for coming, guys, not that you were invited.' It went down incredibly badly." But the BBC's royal correspondent Johnny Diamond explained why the Duke reacted the way he did. Mr. Diamond said, "He did it not because he thought I'm going to go back and insult them, he did it because he went back, he saw us and just gestures." The Duke uncontrollably vomited it out, like that, because it is absolutely built into him. The BBC's royal correspondent added that Harry cannot bear the press and claimed the Duke's visceral reaction can be seen by the way he shuns cameras and scowls at journalists. Co-author of Finding Freedom Omid Scobie suggested Harry did so because he had seen a different side to the press since meeting Meghan. Despite this, BBC interviewer Amol Rajan said, "The negative stories about Meghan still remained unpublished in Britain's newspapers." Meanwhile, last month, a new analysis found that a concentrated set of users drives 70% of the hate content targeting the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. An analysis of more than 114,000 tweets about the couple has revealed a coordinated campaign of targeted harassment of Meghan on Twitter, and the 83 accounts responsible for approximately 70% of the negative and often hateful content. Twitter analytics service Bot Sentinel released a report examining Twitter activity related to the Sussexes and found that the majority of the hate and misinformation about the couple originated from a small group of accounts whose primary, if not sole, purpose appears to be to tweet negatively about them. Bot Sentinel's analysis also revealed a level of sophistication and coordination between the accounts, who use their combined 187,631 followers to fuel a campaign of negativity against Harry and Meghan. The couple currently does not have a social media presence on any platform, neither does Archie, their charitable foundation and production company. Meghan told Fortune in October 2020 that she hadn't been on social media in a long time for her own self-preservation. In a January interview, Harry said that he and Meghan will revisit social media when it feels right for us, perhaps when we see more meaningful commitments to change or reform.